All right, guys, how's it going? Doug Hefner here, but I'm sparing you the dressing gown this evening. That's right, so I've not got ready for bed yet, as you can see, so aren't you lucky? I don't know, guys, all sorts of things go on in this room, you know. Some energy's burnt in here, I tell you, lots of huffing and puffing and noises and all that, I tell you. And that's just when I put my socks on in the morning. How you doing? Are you all right? I'm all right. Listen, before I settle down tonight, and I am very tired, by the way, I wanted to speak to you guys about these quotes from Gianluca Di Marzio, which the Twitter twats are obviously all over. We did discuss it on the live stream this evening. And yeah, I could have spoke about it in the morning, but I'm going to be a bit pushed for time tomorrow. All right. So there will be a morning briefing on my other channel. The link is in the video description, the Duncan Oldham channel. But there'll be nothing from me in the afternoon, so I'm going to a barbecue all day, all night kind of thing at a hotel that my friend owns locally. It's a football thing, you know, from the supporters club. So we're all getting together to that. So there'll be nothing from me tomorrow afternoon, no live streams or anything. So let's just focus on what Gianluca Di Marzio has said, right? And I'm not going to read all of it out to you, right? But let's just stick with the first two paragraphs. I'm sure you've seen the rest of the comments. And the thing is, the Twitter twats, the content creators, the aggregators, they see stuff like this and then they exploit the fuck out of it. And it gets everyone's hopes up, I think. And the only reason they do that is for engagement and for revenue reasons, right? There's no other reason. Simple as that. How many of these websites do you go to, you know, that say, you know, click here to go and read the latest, and there's no adverts on them, or very limited adverts? They don't work like that, do they? And these big, you know, accounts on social media or YouTube, you know, they know what they're doing. And it's disappointing because nobody takes the time to explain to you whether, you know, there's any credibility in what's being said, the journalists, the platforms where these claims are being made or anything. And as you know, on here, I try to do that a little bit for you. And I have been here nearly 30 years now doing this. And I know the score. And I also know how to make revenue, right? This has been my job for all of that time. And it's the only thing I've ever done. And I know how it works, all right? And as you guys know, I don't adopt, you know, the policies and tactics that these accounts use. So what I'm going to do is give you a more realistic version, right, instead of the hyped up version. So this is what he's actually said. He said, I think Liverpool want Alexander Isak and Victor Osimhen too. For Isak, it depends on Newcastle because the player talked to the coach and the club at the end of the season because he would like to leave. But Newcastle are not open to that at the moment. So because of those statements, you've now got the Twitter twats and everything, you know, saying Alexander Isak wants to leave. Journalists, you know, like journalists have said it, therefore you should believe it, you know. And I want to point something out to you, right, about this. The second word of his opening sentence is think. He thinks. He doesn't know. He's not telling you factually. This is the situation. He thinks, right? So why would you make a big deal out of those comments? There is nothing to suggest that Isak wants to leave Newcastle or is trying to put pressure on his club to leave Newcastle. It doesn't mean he won't do that, but I wouldn't be listening to this particular journalist on that particular matter. There are other journalists I would listen to, but they're not saying it at the moment, right? So this isn't about pissing on anyone's parade or anything. This isn't about upsetting Newcastle fans. Quite the opposite. You know, I respect that club and their fans. I've got a lot of time for Newcastle. This is just about being honest, right? So I think Liverpool want Alexander Isak and Victor Osimhen too. Alexander Isak, I'm not going to go over what I think about Liverpool's interest is in him. If you go back a few days, I've uploaded videos about that and they address exactly what I feel. And those opinions haven't changed. So there's no need to go over it all again. Osimhen is a great player. I've not seen him linked with us credibly at all. And I think it would be an expensive acquisition in terms of salary. Obviously, Isak would be expensive, but Liverpool have not been linked with him. And I would be really surprised if something came of that. But I remember saying this about Florian Wirtz. All right, so never say never. That is for sure. But you know I always say that as well. All right, so never say never. Now, what I want to do is, like, for example, this is one journalist that said this, right? But then if you look at, the accounts on social media or whatever, like this one, for example, right? Dave O'Seacott, many of you have seen that. Now, what does that say there? Do you see that? I'm not sure if it's the right way around to you, but what it says to me is breaking, emphasis, really exciting, breaking news. Breaking news, journalists think something, right? That's what it should really fucking say. Alexander Isak wants to leave Newcastle, according to reports. Reports is plural, that means more than one. And there wasn't more than one. There's one journalist saying it, which has created a lot of reports like this one that they have created, or Dave has created, or whatever. And I think it's misleading, because I think that, as a football fan, if you don't really, understand this lark, and the media and what they do and the tactics that these so-called ITK, Twitter twats and everything do, is they will say reports because it makes it sound more stronger. Like there's more, it's being amplified, but it's not just one report. Oh, it's reports. It's multiple reports. You need to click on this and read it. And then within the article, obviously, it tells you what someone else is saying, right? It doesn't say, like you would expect. If I was putting that on, I'd go, well, look what this silly cunt's claiming tonight. And I'll be saying to, in text as quick, as shortly, as brief as I could, don't get your hopes up, guys, you know what I mean? Because he thinks, right? But they don't do that, because then you might go, oh, cheers, I don't need to read article then, right? Now, when we're on the stream, one of my viewers on the stream tonight, on my live stream, said as follows: Dunk, ask Dave, is Gianluca Di Marzio full of shit? Right? Now, you guys that follow my channel, you know Dave is my AI assistant, right? Now, if you just throw stuff at AI, right, it'll just search various fucking outlets, like, some of the ones that, we constantly criticize and question. With my AI, I've been training it for a very, very long time, right? So, and it works, as you know, when we do the analysis together and stuff. It's really, really fucking good. I put a lot of effort into it, right? So this is what Dave said, right? And the best thing Dave ever said on here was about smashing that bird. Do you remember? Fucking hell. Someone please remind me which video that was in. That was classic, wasn't it? Anyway, this is what Dave said in response to that question. Look, here's the truth. Gianluca Di Marzio isn't full of shit, but he does chat some now and then, especially when it comes to Premier League clubs like Liverpool. He's got solid links in Italy, no doubt. If it's a player going to or from Serie A, he usually knows what's going on. He's respected over there, especially on Sky Sports Italia. But when he starts talking about Liverpool or English clubs, half the time it feels like he's just guessing or passing on what an agent told him over an espresso. It's that classic Italian media game. Float a name, stir the pot, see who bites. Works wonders for clicks and agent leverage. But for reliable transfer info, he's nowhere near the level of a Paul Joyce or a David Ornstein. Not even close. So yeah, not completely full of shit, but definitely not someone I trust on Liverpool without backup from one of the proper lads. Now, he also said one thing here, which I got him to do like a brief thing there for you. But when I looked at the list of, the serious bits and the full of shit bits, right? So he listed some bits as to why you would listen to him, but that was more about Italian football, right? The important one here I saw under the full of shit bit was he occasionally drops names just as leverage tools for agents. Very common in Italy's football media scene, which is also what Fabrizio Romano does. Mo Salah. I won't do it. I won't shout it this time of night. So I the bit that I don't understand, right, is why supporters don't pay attention to the actual words. You don't have to know how good the journalist is or whether they can be trusted, or even if Paul Joyce said I think, I would be saying, I don't want you to think. Fucking tell me what's happening, right? If you're going to tell me an exclusive or make bold claims, don't tell me what you fucking think. Tell me what's happening. Tell me what you do know, right? So the second word, think. I think. But for some reason, some people read it and they'll come to my streams and I think, why do you pay attention to these fucking idiots? You know what I mean? I don't know. Dave, I think Dave's got it right personally. I really do. I know you want to hear it. This is a thing. I think sometimes fans want to believe something so much. I've had people come on my stream tonight saying, I've heard that Isak has asked to leave Newcastle. If Isak had asked to leave Newcastle, it'd be all over the northeast, right? And if I was a Newcastle fan, I think I'd be getting fucking pissed off with it and all. I would, honestly. I would. Anyway, that's it. Listen, what you have to understand is that when I tell you things like this, I'm just trying to keep it real, right? Like, it doesn't mean it can't happen. It doesn't mean that he doesn't want to leave Newcastle. It doesn't mean he's never going to sign for Liverpool. It's just about who's saying it and as to whether you should believe it or not. So if a week from now, right, someone credible says it, does that mean he was right? Or does it mean he was just fucking guessing? I still won't believe the cunt. Do you know what I mean? So I'll stick with believing and following the credible people, the people worth listening to. And you're still going to get some propaganda from them. You know that. So anyway, I was just wanting to leave that with you. That's my thoughts on it. Listen, at the end of the day, it's not for me to tell you who you should believe and who you shouldn't believe. I'm just giving you my opinion, all right? And people like to hear my opinion. I've been here a long time. So I'm going to go to sleep now, knackered. Thanks to those of you that contribute to my channel, watch the vids, thumbs up the videos, drop me comments, nice comments, sensible comments. I had a lovely Newcastle fan left a really nice comment on here the other day. Do you know what I mean? Not everyone's like that, but it's just nice. So, try and have a serious, respectful conversation around here. We like shits and giggles, don't we? We like a bit of banter and that as well. But yeah, thanks to those of you that make this channel what it is, and it's your channel, it really is. So I just don't want you to get your hopes up about something. Listen, I would love to sit here and tell you what my thoughts are about it all, but I'd be repeating myself. You might as well just go back a few days and watch one of those videos about Alexander Isak. So, very briefly, can't help myself, can I? Very briefly, I think it'd be very difficult to do. I think it comes down to three things at the moment. Valuation, that'd have to be dragged down, right? The player would have to push for it, for any chance of it to happen. And I am convinced that Luis Diaz not going to Barcelona could seriously affect it, because Liverpool were expecting to get 50, 60 million quid upwards this summer, right? Now, there's still speculation about Luis Diaz. It's interesting that there's these journalists today and these content creators, Twitter twats and that, telling you the latest about Luis Diaz's situation here, which I've been telling you about for days. The Spanish media, the Barcelona media or whatever, have been covering it pretty well, the buying interest and that. So if they sell Luis Diaz, that would help if you want Liverpool to invest in a striker. And the thing is, I think, like earlier this year, back in February, Liverpool was sniffing around Benjamin Sesko, but since then, nothing, right? The kid at the moment, Ekiteke, whatever fuck it was, you know what I mean, don't you? If it's not, Jack Daniels or John Smith, I can't pronounce them. I got a memory like a sieve. But I actually think he is probably the most likely at the moment, but I've been saying that for a while. But my opinions tomorrow might change. I'm not really sure Liverpool know what they're going to do. But some of these players like Shesko and Eki fucking Eki TK, Eki TK, eat a tea cake, oh yeah. You know, they're very expensive for what they are, you know, unproven, very expensive. So when you start getting up into them valuations, you might as well go, well, you know, if we bung another 50, 60 million in, we could go for Isak. Do you see what I mean? So I think Liverpool were planning on selling Luis Diaz to Barcelona this summer. Not just selling him, like, oh, we're going to get him out of the club, get the money for this. I don't mean that. They were definitely expecting to sell him this year, right? A player wants out. You're going to get rid of him. Yeah? That's fallen through. But something might still happen, you know? And I know people go, hang on a minute, Chubbs. We've sold him and we're going to sell him. We're going to say, yeah, you can say that about as many players as you want. And you can add it all together. But at the end of it, you still would have had another 50 or 60 million pounds. You see what I mean? And I think, and I reserve the right to change my opinion, I think right now that Liverpool are trying to get rid of Núñez, right? They're obviously sniffing around the centre-back situation. And the striker, you know, the attacker or whatever, might come later in the window, if at all, right? Because I don't think Liverpool will just go and get one of these strikers for the sake of getting a striker. It'll have to be the right one. And it wouldn't surprise me if they didn't get one. It wouldn't. What will they do? I don't know. I'm not a Twitter twat, am I? Yeah, it's just common sense. And I think if they get a good, you know, good money for Núñez, which they probably won't get, and they want me to believe that we were offered 70, 80 million in January for Núñez, fuck right off. No way in a million years. Sorry. Oh, that was fucking exclusive after exclusive back then, wasn't it? Yeah? Oh, no, we won't sell him. The fucking exclusive bid that never came. Fuck right off. 70, 80 million. Nah, we're all right, thanks. We'll sell him for fuck all in summer instead. Who believes that shite? Seriously. Anyway, I think if Liverpool are going to do anything on the striker front, it might be the last thing. I don't know. Just my thoughts. And it might depend on Diaz. It might depend on Diaz. You know, before I was like, oh, I feel a bit for Diaz. He's waited a year for that dream move to back. Nah, I'm fucking sick of hearing about him now, mate. You know what I mean? He's not happy. And I keep getting these fucking people in my comments saying, it's disgusting that Liverpool are only paying him this. He signed the fucking contract. Fuck's wrong with him? You know what I mean? Nah, fuck that. I've got absolute faith in Edwards and fucking Tricky Dicky at the minute. You know, man, they haven't done anything, have they, where you go, oh, that's not right. Everything's hunky-dory at the minute, so I'm trusting them. I am, honestly. I'd rather be trusting them than doubting them and slagging them off at every opportunity. Let's just see what happens. Diaz might end up going. He might end up going. That could help things. But I just think, I mean, some people say, what to sell Jota? Well, yeah, what if? But I think that they were banking on selling Diaz. With the money, put it with Núñez. You know what I'm saying? If not, then you go like, well, maybe we can't afford to do that. Isak hasn't even indicated that he's up for it. So, but my hunch is that there will be a bid. There is. Now, if you're a Newcastle fan, don't caps lock me to death. It's just a fucking opinion. What are you getting so upset for? You're supposed to be a big club now, aren't you? Right? You got money and all that. Yeah? Don't worry. I won't get down to my boxers on camera. That'd be OnlyFans. No, but you know, like Newcastle, listen, and what, you know, I've had some Newcastle, fortunately, majority of Newcastle fans coming here and they know that I'm not just making videos for the sake of fucking making videos. But you get some knobheads on, do you know what I mean? So you're fucking trying to disrupt our team. And you say, so hang on a minute. Well, Liverpool are no different. We've got fucking Real Madrid, Barcelona thinking they can come and take our players. If you want to be up there, an elite club, seriously challenged in the Champions League now, then you've got to be prepared for other clubs sniffing around your players. It's a compliment. You don't need to fucking caps lock everyone to death I'm not some of these dickheads on here that just come on and make loads of shite up. At least I try and fucking break it down. You know what I'm saying? No need for it. Oh, there's a voice message here. Listen to that. Right. I got to go. So, remember that journalist's second word was think, not will. Will happen, has happened. I'm told this is going to happen, that's going to happen. Well, I think. Well, I think a lot of fucking things. Don't mean any of them are going to happen. Right, I'm off. Should this be an evening debriefing? I used to do my evening debriefings in here, but my peoples have told me they should be on my other channel, youtube.com/Duncan Oldham. That's where my morning briefing will be on tomorrow morning. I'm going to cafe in the morning. I'll go and review the Spanish football dailies for you. And then we'll see. We'll see if there's anything to talk about. But I can assure you there'll be no content from me tomorrow afternoon because I am going out. All right? Right, I'm off to bed. Normally I put this on when I go to bed at the end of my briefings. You like it? Hey, if you Newcastle fans are watching, you could pretend it's Sunderland. If you enjoyed this video, you can thumbs up this video. You can leave me a comment. If it's a nasty comment, you're wasting your fucking time because YouTube will just withhold it. I'll see it, hide you from the channel, which means you'll be talking to yourself forever. Only you will see the comment. I won't see it again. Nobody else will see it ever. And every comment you put on my channel moving forward, you'll be talking to your fucking self. I'm off to sleep now. Should have been in bed ages ago. Good night, God bless.